All right, so the topic is, can you share a husband? Ladies, can you share? Can you share a husband, ladies? Now, the reason why I'm asking this is because the statistics, when it comes to women and men, just in how many are available, we're talking about from marrying age. This is non-parental consent, so you can't go 14 as parental consent because it is. If a emancipated person, which is 18, wants to marry a 14-year-old, I think all the way to 12, then the parent can consent and go ahead and pass him or her on to the whoever it is. It's parent consent, but I'm talking about just people who are already emancipated just by age. So we'll take 18. We'll leave out 16, even though in some states 16 you can, you're an adult. And you can make up your mind who you want to sleep with as long as they're 16 and up. But just for a sliding scale, we'll go 18. I'm really tired. So let's look up some numbers. So we'll look up women to men ratio in America. So the population of the United States by gender from 2010 to 2025 in millions. Estimated calculation using the midterm population ration of 48.9% male and 51.1% female. So this is just the population of the United States. There are more women than there are men. All right? That's just that. And they broke it down from 2018 all the way up to 2021. So if you go in 2021, what is it, 162.06%, and females 169.36%. So this year, so far, there are more women in America, here in America, than there are men. Now, I'm going to go among Black Americans or African Americans. Americans. U.S. Census Bureau. Quick facts. The gender ratio, imbalance in relationship risk at HIV, the mass incarceration of Black men has created okay, we'll take some of this. So this is talking about the mass incarceration of Black men has caused a gender imbalance. Okay, somebody like my photos, pretty cool. Oh my God. Why? Where are all the Black men gone? Demographics of Mrs. Park. County, just South Atlanta, and several predominant African American neighborhoods. There are only about 3 Black men for every 5 Black men under the age of 65. So they're saying it's 3 to 5 and under the age of 65. This sort of gender imbalance reacts to a number of facts and primarily mass incarceration, high mortality, and its presence in hundreds of communities across the country. So, okay, the Consensus Bureau counts there are 88 black male adults for every 100 black women. So it's a little less than 20%. So, I'm sorry, yeah. While the ratio of whites is 97 to 100. So black women, black women, black women, black women, black women, black women. White women have a better chance of marrying than black women do simply by the numbers. There are, and this is if you're looking for somebody in your same nationality. Now, if you step outside of that, that's different. But nonetheless, the competition is still stiff when you're looking for white men. So for all you swirlers out there, you still got, 97 men to every 100 women. So, there's a chance, you're still going to be struggling in that area on a whole. We're not talking about just one or two. We're talking about on a whole. It's still going to be a struggle for you. The population estimated for black adults age 18 to 64, the census tracks where there are total at 2,000, and those neighborhoods were only a median of 81 black men for every 100. Yeah. So there's 20% more black women than there are men. That's what it's looking like. And then actually, yeah, wow, they're saying 81 right here. Yeah, so the balance was, okay, so they looked at 380 neighborhoods. Where there was a 2 to 3 balance for black women aged 65 and under. This is estimated how the national. There are more African American boys than there are girls under age 18. So under age 18, there are more boys than there are girls. But as soon as you go over 18, that number flips. Why? Because those little boys are being killed. They're going to jail. And that's basically the majority of the time. They're killing each other off or they're going to jail because slavery still is a thing. So they're taking these little boys out of their car or whatever they're at, and then they're putting them in the back of police cars and just taking them right to the jail system, and the boy hasn't done anything. This is often a problem. And if the boy makes any mistakes, they can end up dead, like the little boy in Chicago, and who was 15, or they find sentences that are just blown out of proportion, like the woman who fired one shot in the air and got 20 years. They do this because the jail system, and we all know who runs the jail system, the police are out here to put people into the jail systems so the jail systems can continue to make money. But everybody knows the way it is here in America, and then when you finally do get a man who reaches a marrying age and establishes himself, ladies, you gotta really look at these numbers and go, okay, if I do get a man, being out there are to every 100 women, only 88 black men. There's a 20% chance that there is another woman that's going to run up on my husband, especially if he's successful. And the more money he makes, the more attractive he's going to be for another woman, especially if she wants to have children. So, and this is from the Consensus Bureau. You can go and look this up yourself. So with these thoughts and minds, ladies, you gotta think, would I share my man? I mean, even that's just if you got one. Even if you can get one, because in some places it's even worse than this. Some places it's 8 to 1. So it's, ladies, would you share your man? Would you? I mean, all the men are can be just swiped up, boom, 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 married up, boyfriend up, booed up, however you guys say it. And you just gotta ask yourself, in order to have a child, or ladies, in order to have a family, uh, especially if you're in your prime years, if you're like when you're 18, most of y'all don't give a care because there's a lot of 18-year-old boys to go around. Heck, there's more 18-year-old boys than there are girls in some places. But once society starts shaving off those numbers, once those little boys start dying off, for rap music or whatever, or just people doing whatever to them. Once those little boys start going to jail and the police come in your neighborhood, and this is why the police is always in your neighborhood, is because they're calling the numbers. That's what they're doing. They know where a plethora of boys are. They can take and just put them in the jail cell and keep them there for years. And this is why you have so many men who go to jail for years and over things they didn't do, is because it's modern day slavery. They need you into the jail cells. That's why we build more jail cells as Americans. We build more jail cells. We have more people incarcerated than any other country in the whole wide world. Slavery never went away, people. You can think what you want, but it never did. All right? So when you ladies look at these numbers, what do you think? Can you share a man? And look, it's in some cases it's not going to be can you, it's will you. Just you're gonna have the no, I'm gonna stay single, or you and Sanjika, y'all just gonna have to put your little jealousies aside, shut your mouth. It's gonna be a lot of swallowing your pride, thinking that your box was the only, box available. Ladies, this is not true. There are plenty of boxes available for men. You don't have the best box out of the, your stuff is made of gold. No, nobody cares. That's only one aspect of actually being with someone. If you focus completely on a box, ladies, you're lost. You can do that when you're in high school and when you're in college. When you get into the real world where there's a female everywhere you look, nobody cares that you got the best box. Don't listen to Cardi B. She will mislead you. Just like Beyonce misled y'all. Y'all don't listen to Lauryn Hill. Y'all listen to these goofies out here just helping break up the family because they're under the same thumb and pressure as the jail cells. The same people who own them, the jail cells, a lot of your landlords are the same people. It's all one group of people who own jail cells, who control music, you know what I'm saying? And all that other kind of stuff. And y'all busy listening to them and breaking up your families. So can you, or ladies, in some cases, will you share a husband? Will you share him? We're not talking about this guy doesn't have to be, the handsomest guy. He doesn't have to make all this stupid money you women are demanding, and most of us are not going to make that. No, none of that. This is an average, regular dude going to work, busting down $40,000, busting down $20 an hour. Stable though, got a 401k. He's stable. He ain't the worst looking dude in the world. Just an average, regular dude. Regular height, we'll give him 6 feet. Hits the gym maybe once a week. You know what I'm saying? Ain't trying to impress nobody. We'll just say he's 30, 32, 33 years old. Would you do it? Busting it down at FedEx, ladies, would you do it? getting it in at FedEx. Been there for 10 years. Would you do it? Would you go ahead? And I mean, if there's a woman that's on him and you see it, you know what I'm saying? And he hooks up with her, do you leave that alone or you say, you know what? I'm going to get to know her and I'm going to get to know him. I'm going in. And stop looking at it like this man has two boxes because one of y'all is a headache. Just one of y'all. One of y'all can kill a whole nation. Just one. So don't look at it like, oh, he's just going to be out here having sex with both of you. Yes, he is. He's going to have children with both of you. And you'll have help raising your child. And all of your finances will be together. And you will not die alone. You'll have a whole village you're raising. These children are going to help you out when you get older, when you're no longer working. You can afford to send these children to college because you guys are taking one whole paycheck from one of you and throwing it all in the bank, especially if all three of you are grinding it out. You got three different incomes. Bam. You know what I'm saying? So when your baby's born, he or she is not going to be missing out. He or she is not going to be lacking another sibling. There's going to be a sibling right there. And you're all going to grow up in the same house. There's going to be a fatherly figure, two motherly figures. If one person gets sick, you're still able to cover all your bases. Money is still coming in. You guys are still grinding it out. The whole nine, the whole household is getting busy. And when them kids hit, 10 years old, they out there throwing papers, got a paper route or whatever. They're on the internet making money, got a YouTube channel or I don't know what else they can do. But kids are, one of the highest paid kids on YouTube is 6 years old. He's making it's $2 million or more a year. It's probably way higher than that now. Making a killing. I'm just saying, ladies, quit looking at it like with the whole stupid jealous thing and worried about what somebody else is thinking because, come on, 30's not far. And yeah, you may still have perky tatas at 30, but listen, if 30 is looking you in the face, 40 is coming around the corner. And there are some some of y'all are tough at 40, but listen, that's when the back starts to hurt. That's when the ankles, that's when the wear and tear, that's when the slowdown starts to hit you. It is. When you hit 40, you are middle aged, and the slowdown the slowdown can bring you to a screeching halt. And don't let anything happen to you, an accident at work, car crash, anything. Oh my God, it's real. The slowdown is real, ladies. You can't be still thinking, well, I got such good box that I'm gonna, ladies are ridiculous with the box. Half the time, y'all don't even have good box. You just think you do, because I don't know why. But you don't. And as a man, everything is not predicated upon your box. Not to mention, when you're 35, 40, it's like, I'm just saying, you can see a badass 35-year-old be like, yeah. But you look at a 21-year-old, 18, you're no competition for that. You are no competition for what an 18-year-old will do to a man in his 30s, 40s, and 50s. You are ladies, you are no competition for what an 18 to 21-year-old can do for a man. I don't care how much money you got. If that firm and fully packed is bouncing around some man and she makes it very, very clear that he can have what's in between her legs, you better believe you're not going to see him for a while. His patterns are going to change drastically just to get to that 20-year-old. drastically. He may either miss work or something's going to happen. You're going to be like, what is going on? Well, there's a firm and fully packed out there somewhere who's got his undivided attention, and she's not playing any games. She's not. She's like, oh, I see you working. You know what I'm saying? I had a woman say that to me. We was all riding home from work, and she made it very clear that she was interested in me. And we're all in the car and I'm driving. She says, I see you, Tony. And I already knew what time it was. She's like, I see you. You got 2 cars. You out here. She's like, I see you. I'm telling you right now, these young women, they're not stupid. They see. They're just like you. They notice everything because that's their genetic makeup. And they're mature quicker. Okay? Because the world's moving a lot faster. So they're noticing your man. They're noticing him. And now he may not notice them because we just don't care about a lot of things you women think we do, but we don't. We're just trying to get a sandwich and some sleep and then get our work on. And, if out of the blue, this just amazing body just gets within our tunnel vision, it's like, okay. And if she presents herself like, she's down for whatever, and a lot of times they are, then, he is going to make his way to wherever she's at just so he can, get her naked. Which is what she wants to do. This is not somebody taking advantage of somebody younger than. This is just nature happening. You just gotta question yourself, lady. Can you do it? Because it's going to happen. These numbers aren't going to get any better for you. These are some really, really hard truths. They're not going to get no better for you. You're fooling yourself if you think they are. Like you're lying to yourself if you think that just because you're Madam Fabulous that things are just going to get no. You know what's really happening out there? What's really happening is women and other women are just getting together and there's no men. And they're fabricating the natural act of, in every shape, form, or fashion. One of them looks like a man, the other one plays the feminine. When I say they look, they talk like a man, they act like a man, but they're not a man. They're trying everything to fill the gap where a man should be. But they can't do it. It's not even possible. That's what's happening now. So you have this widespread of these women coming together because women need sex too. And they're like I said, fabricating the act of sex, and then they're emotional, so they're falling in love with each other, even though there is a clear missing element to the whole thing. But they'll do anything just to try to fill that gap in any kind of way because they cannot find a single man. They can't. So they decided, I'm just going to be woman on woman. But you cannot reproduce that way. It is unnatural and it's an abomination to God. You can't. You can't reproduce. And women have fabricated that. We'll just go to the clinic and get a shot or get a whatever in our in vitro or... No. What you should do is you should, go out, get ladied up, or wherever you're at, looking right, looking feminine, looking cooperative, looking a lot less combative, looking like you're not even interested in the argument, with a smile on your face, with some grace and poise, and some thankfulness in your soul that a man is even giving you the time of day. And if any one of your friends or whoever's around you shuns him, get rid of her, because she can't reproduce with you. If she says he's too this or that, you just turn to her and be like, listen, me and you can't reproduce. We can't. It's impossible for us to reproduce. So, I mean, what are we supposed to do here? Just get reasonable with her. We can't reproduce, so what are we doing? And tell her to make it make sense. How many guys are trying to marry you? And she'll talk about how many guys are sleeping with her. Say, no, how many guys are actually proposing to you? How many guys are trying to marry you? She'll tell you how many kids she has. You say, no, how many guys are trying to grow old with you? And the answer is none, because they'll come by and they'll drop their seed and they'll leave. But they are not trying to stay and grow old and share their finances with you and come home to you and none of that. And if she can't give you a straight answer on all that, then you give her an ultimatum. You tell her, listen, if a man comes around me and I show him interest and you find a way to discourage me or him, then I'm no longer going to be friends with you. Because I'm not growing old alone. And if she can't get with that, leave her. If she gives you attitude, leave her. Because she's going to sabotage your chance of having someone. If she starts turning her lip up and all this other goofy stuff women do, you just say, okay, I'm cool with you, but when it comes to men, I don't want to be around you. Because she's going to keep you single. She's going to keep you unhappy. If you find someone, she's going to find a way to pee in your cornflakes. That's what she's going to do. She's going to make sure that you don't get what she can't get. You're going to have to separate yourself from those friends. You're going to have to spend some nights alone in prayer. You're going to have to spend some days alone. You might have to spend a year alone. You're going to be alone, and you better not complain about it. Just take it as what it is. I'm going to be alone, but this is how I have to prepare to find someone to be with for the rest of my life. So what is a year or two to the rest of your life? It's nothing. You grow in that year or two. You learn not to listen to the chatter. You watched your friends snake around you and just ruin every opportunity that you had. You know what evil looks like now. That's something evil to do. It's just a mean-spirited. No, I'm not gonna be like you. You have 2 kids by 2 different men. None of them are trying to marry you. They have someone else. And you're still letting them come over and drop their seed in you, which means they're blocking any chance for any man to get in there. Last boyfriend you had, what did those guys do? They came over when the boyfriend was there, started arguments with him. He can't establish a domain in your house. They made sure to argue with him and made sure to make him uncomfortable to chase him off. And the last guy you got with, the same thing. They come over, they make sure there's arguments, it's uncomfortable, they threaten him, they mess with his car, they do stuff to chase him away. Then they go back to their girlfriends who they're living with just to keep the door open so they can come in and bang you out. It keeps you single, and it keeps any man from messing with you. They make it uncomfortable. Or they tell their kids stuff to make it uncomfortable. So that when they're not around, the kids can just bother the hell out of this man. And can make it so uncomfortable that the man just doesn't want to be there. And they make sure of this. And you goofy women don't even realize what's going on. Separate yourself from other females. Make sure that a man sees that there is a need for you. Make make a make a need for you. Quit trying to handle everything by yourself. You weren't made that way. Be a lady. Be a damsel in distress. Who cares? Cut off all the shows and stop reading all the books, all the stuff that they sell you to get in your head and talk about men ain't no good, you don't need a man. Cut off all the music, cut off everything else, and just focus on how to be feminine, how to be a lady. Hit the gym, look nice. You know what I'm saying? If you see a man that's looking nice and he smiles at you, give him a wave. No, but the walls aren't going to come down if the man doesn't want you. He saw you, you waved, he waved, boom. If he didn't come over and talk to you, so what? All right? You don't have to be all cheese in his face. Just he smiled at you, you smile at him. Hey, give him a wave. Boom. Because that's an invitation to us. That means if we come over there, you're not going to put our face down in the mat and just smear it and reject us in front of the whole gym. You might actually have a decent conversation. And so what? You go through a couple conversations and it turns out to be nothing. At least you're having them. But if you're around a bunch of bitter women, you're not going to have those conversations. The one thing men hate when it comes to meeting a woman is rejection. We hate rejection. This is why a lot of us don't want to come up and talk to you women. Separate yourself from other women. And if a man, if you find out that this man has a woman, don't be so quick to be like, I don't want nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he shows you interest. But make sure you establish exactly what you want. You know what I'm saying? Ask him some hard questions. You know, can I talk to your woman? You make it very clear. Listen, I don't mind, being married to someone who's married, but we're all in this together. Like we're all gonna live in the same house, the whole nine. That's what I'm on. If you're not on that, then it's nice meeting you. You don't want to be just the guy, just the woman he comes over and to the house and just drops seed. And no, that's not what you're doing. You're not just going to come over here and knock me off and then keep me single and I'm going to have a bunch of babies by you. No, that's not what I'm doing. I want to raise a village, so I want to be married. You're married to me and her, and we all raise a family. This is not, free cooch night. This is not what I am. And eventually, because we're men, we like the fact that we have access to two vages. Because we're men, we're going to be very interested in what you're saying. The hardest part is going to be the other vag. And if she's with the program, then there you go. But like I said, you want to talk to her. You don't want this whole, sneaking around. You don't want that because she's not going to have that. You talk to this man, he's interested, you talk to her. And you communicate with her and let her know what the deal is. Listen, this is what I want to do. Are you guys with this program? He said he was. How about you? Let's go out to dinner. Let's blah, 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 talk about the situation. And if she's with it, then there you go. You have yourself a throuple, or there might be 3 wives. Yo, what's going on? So there might be 3 of you, but according to these numbers, it's a two-way street. Well, here's the problem with the two-way street. Here's the problem. So let's just say you have a woman and she wants 2 men, right? A woman wanting 2 men is taking 2 men out of the okay, so let's just take a regular neighborhood. You have 88. Yeah, there's 1 too many. So if you have, according to the Census Bureau, If you have 88 women, I'm sorry, if you have 88 men, you're going to have 100 women. So if a woman comes along and she's like, I want, two husbands, well, then she's really hurting the whole situation. Plus, most black men aren't going to do that. You're not going to find too many kings. Matter of fact, I don't know any black men who are doing that. I haven't seen any story where I've seen a story where a woman, her relationship is open, so she does have sex with other men and he has sex with other women, but that's different. Yeah, we outnumber them. So women are just going to have to say, listen, there's a lot of women on women action going on. There's a lot of females who are single and they can't find a man and they're finding other women. And this is not what God intended. And they don't want to, and the thing about it, these women are frustrated. They already have children, some of them. And if anyone comes and says anything about it, these women will attack you because the numbers aren't on their side. And if you mention anything that has to do with the Bible, they'll really just go off. They'll just go off on you. But when you're trying to say, listen, this is not what God intended. This is an abomination to God. Same with a man on a man. It's an abomination to God. If you do this, you're living in sin. See, there's one thing to sin, and there's another thing to live in it. Meaning you know the full word of God. You know this is a sin, but you're completely ignoring God, and you're just going to live in it. You're constantly living in it. It is your way of life. You're living in sin. You didn't sin. You live in sin, meaning you're not going to repent of this. You're completely ignoring everything God says, and you're like, I'm going to do what I want. That, my friend, is a quick way to go to hell. You go out and you do something sinful, and you're just like, Lord, forgive me. Boom. God is having mercy on you. Because we all sin and come short of the glory of God. You done looked at a pair of boobs, you know you shouldn't, but you're like, good Lord, you got a fatty. Have mercy that body, Lord. Oh my goodness, Lord, help me. Help me, Jesus, Lord, help me. I mean, you went and all did it. But these women are living in sin. This is why, in a lot of the stuff they're doing, it's just highly dangerous. But they think that it's casual. There's nothing about the word of God that's casual. That's why it says it's sharper than a two-edged sword. It is. So you have to, these women are they're gonna have to tighten up their game and say, you know what? If the man has a wife, I don't have no husband out here. They don't mind taking on another wife. I'm with the game. I'm with it. I'm not gonna go in there and fight. I'm not gonna go in there and be jealous. I saw this on the internet where this one guy, he had 5 wives. 5 of them, they all lived in the same house. A bunch of kids too. He was like, these are all my children. These are my 5 wives. And they all looked regular. You know what I'm saying? And people were commenting, you got 5 ugly. They weren't ugly to me. They were just regular average women. But they all know the numbers. They all know the deal. If we step out of these relationships and we go out and try to handle things on our own, we'll be way worse off than we were if we just stayed here. You're going to find men to drop their seed, but you're not going to find anyone who's going to marry you. We're not talking about living with you. You'll find a living. There are plenty of men who will come and live up in your crib for a little while and then dip out. We're talking about someone who's going to marry you, claim you, build with you, Their finances are going to your finances. They have, Roth IRAs that they're putting money into for you and your children. I mean, that's completely different than some dude just living with you. You know what I'm saying? You know that you're building up a savings. You're taking whole paychecks and you're able to save them now. Your little $600 paycheck. You get paid, once a week. And you're knocking down $600-700 a week or more, whatever it is. Let's say 1,000. Let's say you're doing okay. Let's say you're doing, almost 60 a year. So you're knocking down 1,000 a month after taxes. You can take a whole check and just throw it into an IRA or throw it into a CD or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know how comfortable that would be? And you can do this once a month because somebody else is there supporting you. Even if he's only doing 40 a year, you can still take that money, that $1,000 a month, and throw it into an IRA or throw it into a CD and get 4 to 7%, and you're building a savings. And now you actually have dividends coming back to you, or you can throw it into the S&P and see what the S&P is going to do. There's just all kind of things out there that you can take $1,000 a month and just toss that money into something and don't worry about it. And then after 20-25 years, you take that Rothi or you take that, CD, you done got, and you were doing this each month. Oh my God. 12,000 a year going into it. Oh my God, you're going to be rich. But women aren't looking at it like that. They're like, I already have money. No, ladies. You have money that's allowing you for some extracurricular, but that money is not building a lineage. It's not adding to a lineage. It's not like you're building a castle, but you're not building a village. Yeah, you can buy a bigger house, you can drive a fancy car, but you don't have a man to help you establish a village. And you need one. You need one. Who cares if he's making 40,000? Who cares if he's making 25,000? Get out of your own way, ladies. And a lot of you pretty chicks, nobody cares. Most of the time, the hair isn't even yours. A lot of you pretty chicks are not that pretty when it comes to waking up in the morning. You're on Instagram all prettied up, but we know that's not what we get once the lights turn off. You look completely different. Completely. It's all bait and switch with you ladies. I'm telling you women, get in the gym, put your smiles on, quit showing everybody all your body parts, keep your coochie tight and clean. Learn how to work a room. Just learn how to be just a nice person. Quit being a witch. Quit being evil in your soul. Just listen. Some guy stepped on you. Hell, plenty of women stepped on us. Some guy used and abused you or whatever. It's the way of the world. We all have been trampled on some kind of way. It happens. All right? Put your big girl panties on. You know what I'm saying? Take it on the chin. You get out there at 27, 28. and put some perfume on, shave your underarms and your legs. Yes, this is what you have to do. Yes, yes, shave it with pride, with a smile, I can't wait to go with enthusiasm. Iron some junk, do something, curl your hair with glee in your heart. You're doing it begrudgingly. You do it begrudgingly, you finally get somebody, they'll see that you don't want to do it no more. Nobody wants that. You should be happy to be a woman. To dress up and fix the tatas and your little extra, and with the man, it should be an adventure for you to go out there and be savvy and smart and beautiful and just grab yourself a blessing of a man. And if he has a woman, you just, hey, let me speak to the woman. Let her know what's going on. Because she's going to look at you and how dazzling you are. She's going to be like, I am in. She's going to be like, I'm in. I get to wake up and see this. She's going to be in all the way. She's like, I'm with it. Let's go. Eat right. Y'all eating stuff that make you stink. No, you quit eating all that stuff that just makes you terrible. Keep your body right. Keep your pH balance right. It's an art form to be that woman. Clean up after yourself. Some of you are a mess. A mess. A whole mess. Your house is a mess. Your rooms are a mess. Your mind is a mess. Clean that stuff up. Soap, rag, bleach. Get on your knees. Scrub with happiness. Listen, there's a technique to it all. And then once you get dude, and he got, the woman and y'all all together, when they see that this is how you get down, you gonna fool around and bring them up. They're gonna be like, oh, we are all the way in. I'm trying to, let's put some babies up in you because we don't want you to go nowhere. And then both of y'all on the floor, cleaning it, getting it right, tightening it up, boom, hitting the gym, martial arts, bam, bam, bam. And dude he done went from making $20 an hour because now he can, really focus on getting that money up. He done went from $20, now he done doubled his income in less than a year. He found something. And boom, he done went from $40,000 to $80,000, boom, 1 year. And he didn't even need to, but it's in here. He's like, I got these 2 females, I'm gonna make sure we good. He's just gonna do it. That's how it works for us. When a woman comes along, we're just like, okay, this is what I need to do as a man. And especially if you're supporting him, and he's coming home and he ain't gotta hear your yapping. To be clean and quiet. He can get in there and get some sleep. He can get some food, get some sleep, and go out and work that double. Woo! You have no idea what that means to a man. Everybody quiet, put them in their room, go on to make sure he's good. You hungry? Boom, hook him up with the vittles. Take his shoes off of him. Boom, get his shoes off of him. Get his shoes off of him. Get his shoes off of him. Take his boots off, untie the strings. Quit looking at it like you gotta humble yourself. No, it's a system, it's cogs in it. It's like a clock. Get his shoes off of him. One person is taking care of the kids, the other one gets his shoes off of him. Boom, bam, boom. Get his shoes off of him. Get him some hot water in a tub or something. Sit him down, put his feet in the dang tub, nothing wrong with it. Let his feet get them. Oh my God, you have no idea what a man will do for you. You don't. He'll stop a train for you. If he could. Get his feet right. Get his shoes off of him. Take them heavy boots off of him. Put his feet in some water. Get him his food. Make sure it's what he wants to eat. Feed him. Boom, 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 boom. While his feet are soaking, sit down, eat with them. Have the kids come out, talk to them for a minute, boom, kiss the kids. Kids go right back in the room where they know to behave and to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all come out, talk to him, eat with him, see if he wants to talk. If he doesn't want to talk, don't worry about it. He'll talk later. He's just tired right now. Just be quiet, just eat amongst yourselves. Make sure he's not alone. Just sit there and eat, even if you don't want to eat. Just sit there, be on the phone or something like that. If he wants to talk to you, he will. You know what I'm saying? When he's done, clean up the table, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Take the tub, get his feet out of there. You know, get his feet to, dry them off and all that other stuff. Clean up, make sure everything's clean around him. Boom, straighten everything. It's just not that hard. And then after you do that, he's gonna get up. He's gonna probably use the bathroom, and then he's gonna hit the bed. You know what I'm saying? He lays down, get his pants off of him. Take his pants off of him. You know what I'm saying? He might got some night clothes that he sleeps in, or whatever it is. Just go ahead and get his pants off of him. Give Mr. Winky a hello while you're down there. And don't try to wear him out. Just make sure he's good. Tuck him into the bed. Boom. He's gonna sleep for a couple hours. You keep the house quiet. Heck, take the kids and go somewhere. The other woman stays there. Heck, lays right beside him. You know what I'm saying? One got the kids and y'all out doing whatever. The other one, boom, is laying there, holding on to him. He's gonna go to sleep. He's gonna wake up in a couple of hours. The one woman who's there got his lunch packed, everything. Boom, everything's good. Everything's good. Y'all done put gas in the car, everything. Everything's good. When he gets back up, he's gonna roll back over. You have his clothes ready for him. He's gonna, boom, put a shirt on him, you know what I'm saying? Pants on him. Do his shoes for him. The whole dude do his shoes. You get down there and you do the shoes for him. You do the shoes for the man. You put his boots on him. Take my money. Here. You have all my money. Here. Take my money. Just take my whole wallet. You put my shoes on and you tie my lace. You tied my laces. You went past in my car. I love you so much. You gave the kiss on the way out the door. Boom. He heads out, rocking out shifts. The other woman comes back with the children. Y'all get them straight. It's bedtime for them. Y'all handle that, and y'all just working shifts. Y'all got your little online businesses, or one has to go to work, just knocking it off. Y'all just don't know. Y'all don't know how to do it. If y'all knew how to do it, a lot of y'all would be a lot happier. If you just put away your stupidity, your silliness, your goofy jealousies, you can have a whole retirement just waiting for you. whole retirement. How some of you might be able to retire early. You'll have to wait till 50. Some of you might be able to retire at 40. If you did it right, just am retiring. And rocking it out at 40, you're at home, doing things, making plans, still making money, doing whatever you want to do. Women, there's nothing wrong with teaming up on life. If you know someone who is married and they're looking for another wife, like a wife, not a girlfriend. You're not a hoe. You're a whole wife. Listen, consult the Lord. See if it's right for you. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and make it happen. It's 4 2 2.